What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about three different mining stocks today. We're going to talk about CleanSpark, BTCT, and Bitfarms. I'm actually pretty sure BTCT is not a mining stock, but it's a crypto-related stock anyways. We're going to talk about it. CleanSpark, BTCT, and Bitfarms at the request of AB Lisa, David Stevens, and C-Car Guy. What's up, my friends? I appreciate all of you guys. Some OGs from the Discord here tonight. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So here we are, CleanSpark. On the 4 hour, we don't need that, right? Stock markets don't operate in 4 hour days or 8 hour days. They're not in increments of four. From a high to a low, you are definitely at a higher low on a daily perspective, right? You have been moving lower, as has your volume. This tells me that really this is nothing to be concerned about, right? What this is a classic kind of scare tactic, right? Where you've got this trend line, okay? You're finding support on it, Anybody, a monkey could do it, right? Just drawing these, connecting the dots. You're finding support and you're doing things differently. This should have, if we were looking for it, would have told us different behavior, right? Different behavior begets different results. But generally speaking, with these diagonal lines, it's when you break the line that you find your low. A lot of people assume, oh no, we broke this imaginary line that nobody cares about, and that means it's going to zero. That's the only option. But then you remember, you look back, you look left, and you're like, oh, it's still a higher low in a trend of higher lows and higher highs. Oh, maybe it's actually not that big of a deal. Oh, we're moving down and the volume's dying off. Everything's okay. And then another O, and I'm going to be done being sarcastic. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. $10.36. Also finding support at a very significant psychological level at $10 there. It just makes sense that here you're going to find support, you're going to move higher, and I think that you do. We look at the daily time frame, we look at the RSI, you are not getting oversold, you are getting overbought. That's also bullish. You have lower lows here in the RSI while maintaining higher lows in price. It's hidden bullish divergence is what that's called. On a weekly basis, it actually looks even better. To me, it actually looks even better, right? Was it looking at? Okay, yeah. Okay. On a weekly basis here, we're actually following pretty tight with this imaginary diagonal line. This one has been a little bit more respected. And each time that we've done these little like different things where we've consolidated longer, we actually have bounced off. So that's nice. But again, if we were to break that, I wouldn't be too concerned. I'd be more concerned with the lower lows kind of dynamic. But where we are now based off of this imaginary diagonal line, after all the smack I talked about this one does give us a little bit of reassurance that maybe we move up here, right? Maybe we move up. And also 14 hours left in this week, some of the lowest volume that you've seen on a weekly basis in a very long time. This could mean that there's an impending breakout one way or another coming soon, right? So I do assume that by the end of January, a lot of crypto, Bitcoin, crypto mining stocks, whatever, all crypto affiliated things, they're going to be pumping from now until the end of January is kind of my estimation, right? We're at 1036 right now. It is getting to be the end of the year. We are at the last, tomorrow's going to be one of 3 final days of December of this year. We're at $10.36 right now. My original target of $30 to $50 by the end of the year got shifted down to $20 to $30 by the end of the year, and it's gotten shifted down even more. The past 3 weeks, this month of December, was nothing like we expected it to be. And that's okay. Sometimes that happens, right? It's not ideal, but sometimes that happens. From a high to a low, it's just not ideal really for any people calling or doing call options for end of year stuff. But here we are, right? Myself included. I had some call options open that are just they're shreked now, but we can mitigate that. We can do things to fix that. But anyways, 1036 right now. I don't think that you'll be at 30 to 50 bucks by the end of the year. I think that might be more appropriate to guess for the end of April, end of May kind of time frame. April, May time frame. What's better for the end of the year, I think you're at 1036 now. I do expect an eruptive move. I think we'll see things like this. Like I really do expect CleanSpark to see movements like this on a week-to-week basis. It just might not be by the end of this week, and therefore not by the end of the year. By the end of the year, we'll probably be still below $16, but I would think very early next year, very early to start the year, we're going to be making a run right up to 20 bucks and ending January potentially around $20, if not maybe as high as 33 bucks. And then this next target up I think would be more reserved for April, May times. But knowing how CleanSpark's been moving, I would think end of January targets might be what we've established over the past couple weeks as end of December targets, which is going to be 20 to 22 bucks, 25 bucks, somewhere in that kind of area. That's my end of January expectation now. So CleanSpark moving the targets down. It's sad, but it's the reality. It's something that we have to accept. Inevitably, I do think it will achieve $50 probably by the end of April, by the end of May. If I'm wrong, I'm only going to be wrong in the sense of timing. Maybe we don't stop here. Maybe this isn't April, May. Maybe this is the end of January after all, and I'm just too bearish now. But I think, I don't know, it's been underperforming. It didn't do what we expected it to do. It's at a nice area where we could expect it to bounce based off of this trend line here. Every single time that we've bounced, we have seen immaculate growth in a very short amount of time, right? Very immaculate growth if we actually look right here, right? On a weekly basis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks later, 151%. From this low here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks later, 291%. From this low here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks later, 61%. From this low here, one week later, 85%. From this low here, I don't know. If we were 61%, that could be 16 bucks in the next 5 weeks like this time. It could be 1 week like this here, 85%. Something like that could take us up there, but I would bet it's a bigger move. Probably something more comparable to these moves here, 150 to 300. So a 150% move would take you basically to the highs here, maybe around 25 bucks. A 300% move, which we could do again by the end of January, I think, would take us all the way up to 40 bucks. So it is possible. It really is possible by the end of January we could be up there, I mean, it lines up kind of well with that line up there too, but who cares? It's just a diagonal line. But I got nothing else for you guys on CleanSpark. So let's move on. Let's talk about BTCT, Bitcoin Digital Ltd. Weekly perspective, moved above its 123 moving average, the green line here, sloped down steadily. Moved above it, found support on it. I like that. I like that look a lot, right? This thing, I don't know what it did before it started acquiring Bitcoin. Maybe it always has been. I have no idea, but slowly moving down, turning the tide now. I like the move up. I definitely believe you're going to move higher. I definitely do. So let's call for that from a high to a low. High to a low, if I can get it on a daily basis. I bet you move up. You're finding support right above your ribbon there, or right above your gap. You're also on the one, look at that. You're at the 123 moving average on the daily and the weekly. That's beautiful. Daily RSI looks great. Weekly RSI looks great. I think that you're going to make a move up soon. Probably, I think, going into the end of January, back up to about 13 to 21 bucks. And then maybe we can talk about end of April, end of May, 43 to 82 bucks being on the table. But you're at 511 now. I would suspect by the end of January, man, you're up at like 13 to 26 bucks. I don't know how this thing relates to Bitcoin, but I mean, if Bitcoin moving to new highs would promote this thing being at new highs too, I mean, maybe it's possible by the end of January it could be at 43 to 82 bucks, but you're at 511 now. I think calling for a 3x or more in a month's time is already bullish enough. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that for BTCT. Let's move on to Bitfarms and finish this up here, BITF. But yes, I do think BTCT looks bullish. Bullish as hell. Anybody liking crypto stocks, look into BTCT. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, of course, but I got the fancy new disclaimers on the bottom, so I don't even have to say that, man. I'm official now. I'm getting professional, guys. I'm getting super professional. High to low. I had Grok write the disclaimer for me. I just literally asked Grok, I'm like, hey, can you make me a disclaimer? Easy peasy. It's so in depth. Look at it. You'll marvel at it. It's actually pretty good. I marveled at it. Maybe you won't marvel at it. As it's it's not like your channel, right? But anyways, I don't know. I'm a nerd. Weekly RSI, finding supported areas that you found support at before. You're at areas in the price that you would have found support at before. You've got a bearish descending triangle pattern. Generally, bearish patterns don't play out as well in uptrends, right? So you are in an uptrend, so that's a good thing going for you. But that is a bearish pattern. Generally, it's like 60% of the time you go to the downside. I think in an upward sloping trend, that becomes more like 50% of the time. But a coin toss here is not good. Looks like you're building volume as you're moving down here, but you haven't gone anywhere. And there's good things and bad things, I suppose. Bitfarms, man, I don't know. I think Bitfarms finds a low here. I think it has found its low there at about $1.56, $1.60, whatever it is. I think it's getting ready to move up. By the end of January, let's call for a target up higher, 786 to 886. You're at $1.66 now, so something between 460 to 650 could be by the end of January. That just doesn't sound right to me, man. I mean, you do move up fast when you want to. I don't know. This might be more like April, May. I'm gonna take it back. I think really probably like CleanSpark. You're looking to be in your high area by the end of January. So probably really 274 to 350 is a better estimate. You're at 166 now. So that's my guess for Bitfarms. I've got nothing else to say. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I appreciate you all for being here. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. All the good stuff.